Now let's start. Close call at the Black Star Square as fireworks misfire, nearly endangering the lives of thousands of revelers who gathered on New Year's Eve. The timely intervention of the Ghana National Fire Service and military averted any catastrophe. Meanwhile, unlike 2023, many are hopeful 2024 will be good to them. There's more in the following report.
It's the last night of 2023 and the world divides into two distinct realms. One filled with fervent prayers, echoing in sacred spaces, seeking solace in the hallowed halls of worship.
Whatever you are believing the Lord for in 2024, thank the Lord. And by faith, you can wear prophecy.
As a practicing Christian, it's good that you come and thank God for a very good year, a very difficult year, that you would pray to God to forgive you for your sins, and also pray to God to usher you into a year 2024.
I'm happy with my family. From January to December, we are saved. Nothing bad has happened to us, so we are here to give God all the glory, to thank Him.
Others embrace the night with joyous beats and laughter.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you did great, man.
I mean, Happy New Year, my brother.
Happy New Year, so.
Thank you very much.
Okay. And I appreciate Ghana next year. We have to be bold. Don't worry, you have for it. Eh?
It's Coco Meti Tree Kakra Kakra.
What's the tree, kakra? Okay, let's do a small tree. So, move free here.
Sika, money.
Move free America.
America.
Okay, so.
This year I decided to come to the beach just to come and have fun.
And how is it going?
Oh, so smooth.
Irrespective of where you find yourself, all are united by the shared anticipation of bidding farewell to the old and welcoming the promise of a new year. And at the stroke of midnight, fireworks lit up the night sky. The cheer at the Black Star Square from the splendid fireworks quickly turned upside down.
So it's the stroke of midnight, and officially we are in 2024. The excitement here at the Black Star Square is through the roof. Thousands and thousands of people are here to be part of the community, ushering themselves into a brand new year. And as usual, the Black Star Square is lit with fireworks lighting up the sky. Okay, so I guess that's supposed to be a firework that has misfired. So it seems thrilling for those who are watching, but certainly for those who are working with the fire department, that's something to be concerned about. So yes, some of the fireworks are misfiring, and you can see gentlemen for the Ghana National Fire Service are rushing to get to the grounds. And a fire tender together with an ambulance has been brought to the scene, and the lights to the Independence Arc here has gone off. It used to be lit in the Ghana colors, red, gold, green, and black star on top of it there, all gone off. I must suppose that must be a very serious incident that has happened here.
Nevertheless, the enjoyment goes on. Many people simply refuse to go to sleep.
It's like they're not like life. Some are in the hospital, some are in the prison, but we are alive. To celebrate to see 2-4, Master, inshallah, is not easy. I'm very happy. I've been happy as somebody.
Oh, we came back from church and we decided to take a picture here.
Take a picture, and how is it going?
It was cool.
Talk to me about the lights. This, for me, I mean, it looks beautiful. What do you think?
Oh, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
We are snapping pictures. We've entered into a new year. Yeah, so we are enjoying ourselves.
Interesting. I know my forehead is wet, so it's shiny, but your forehead is shiny. Is that oil?
Yeah.
Oil from where?
From church.
Why?
We are entering into a new year, so I have to take anointing oil to, yeah.
To take pictures. How many pictures have we taken so far?
Oh, plenty.
They will charge you for every single one of them.
Really? Okay, don't worry. God will pay for us.
But how about you? I mean, see, you are the photographer. How many?
Yeah.
Let me see the number of pictures you've taken.
I've gotten like not less than 50.
Wow. Not less than 50 pictures.
Yeah. But I haven't started myself.
So just the two of them, 25 each.
Yes.
And your own 25. That'll be 75 pictures.
So I'm waiting for my own.
At 2 a.m., during the bustling rush hour, the streets were jam-packed with vehicles and pedestrians. Yet, the police were actively managing the chaos. A brief city tour would make it obvious. The police presence was widespread. Even the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service, Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, was on the grounds. Assistant Commissioner of Police Grace Ansa Akrofi explained why.
The occasion is 1st of January. It's a new year. We know that in Ghana, the New Year festivities is characterized by a lot of celebration. A lot of people are in the town. And as the Ghana Police Service, our duty is to ensure that there is peace, law, and order in the country. And so throughout the Christmas up till now, the police service, under the leadership of Dr. George Ekufu-Dampare, has deployed thousands of police officers all across the country. And so today he's on the ground to encourage his men to see the safety of our patrons and to make sure that every person that is out here, every person that is in their home, anybody is safe, secure, and there's law and order.
She says the police is hopeful 2024 will be better for the service.
And our message to all Ghanaians is that we wish you a Merry Christmas, a belated, and a Happy New Year. And we urge you to continue to work with us to ensure your safety, security, law, and order. We are happy to serve you and to serve you better each day.
Many compared 2023 to 1983 when Ghana experienced a great famine. Some even argue that 2023 might have been even tougher. Despite this, there's a prevailing optimism that 2024 holds a promise of a brighter future.
And I'm graduating from school, so, just to grab the degree and then have more fun after school.
Interesting. What about you? What do you expect to do or accomplish in 2024?
Hopefully get a degree, BMW.
You want to buy a BMW in 2024?
Our apartments, we get married. That's it. So it's really hard to predict. Say maybe they'll win or lose. It's really hard. So I don't know why the government will be like, after your struggle, then it will be like they'll deduct tax. 10%. Because when you are placing the bet, the government will not give you the money for the placement of the bet. But I don't know why when you chop the bet, they'll be like, you then go deduct. It doesn't make sense. For me, it doesn't make sense.
It was the last morning service in most churches across the country as many Christians danced and thanked God for helping them see the end of 2023. Later this evening, they will be welcoming 2024 crossover church services. They're optimistic this new year will be better. At the Perez Chapel, Bishop Dr. Selassie Ajalasari urged the congregation to forget the past and look ahead.
Press on. One of the most challenging things in a believer's life is recognizing when a season is ending and a new one is beginning. The reason why I'm saying this is that if care is not taken, we enter the new season carrying the perceptions and the baggage of the last season. More often than not, the former things and the past things cast a shadow into the new year or the new season we are about to enter into. And when you are standing on the summit of a year like this, it is good to remind ourselves to leave the past behind and embrace fully what God has for us for the next season.
On his part, founder of the Movement for Change, Alan Tremontin, says although 2023 was challenging for most Ghanaians, they should keep hope alive.
Fellow countrymen and women, as we prepare to celebrate Christmas and welcome a new year, I want to join you in your homes, workplaces, places of worship, and wherever you may find yourselves to share the joy, peace, and love of this festive season. At this time when we enjoy God's greatest blessing to humanity, which is the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, let us remember to pray for the poor, the needy, lowly, destitute, homeless, the sick, widowed, orphaned, and those incarcerated in prison, that God in His infinite grace will look upon them with mercy and love. Fellow countrymen and women, this year has no doubt been a tough and challenging one for all of us. But I encourage you, especially at this time, in the spirit of the season, to keep hope alive and persevere relentlessly throughout the coming year, knowing that God has in store for our dear country good things. As we learn in Jeremiah 29, verse 11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future with hope." We in the movement for change believe very strongly that the right leadership of vision, competence, integrity, and action, our beloved Ghana will rise again. Together we have the power to transform our society, empower our communities, and create a lasting future for generations to come. On my own behalf and on behalf of the millions of supporters of the movement for change, I wish you and your families a blessed Christmas and a glorious New Year. God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong.
Well, the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Fifi Kwete, is bemoaning what he describes as the increasing decay in the opposition party. According to him, corruption and moral decadence the party fought against during the time of the revolution have now become part and parcel of the NDC. Speaking at the 42nd anniversary of the 31st December revolution, the General Secretary says the commemoration of the revolution is not an opportunity to bash the NPP, but a time for the NDC to engage in self-examination in order to nip the inner decay in the bud. Kwesi Adai-Kwating has more on this report.
The 42nd anniversary of the 31st December Revolution was organized under the theme Building the Ghana We Want, revisiting the decade that stopped the decay. The yearly commemoration is to remind NDC members of the ideals upon which Ghana's Fourth Republic was established. Speaking at this year's edition, General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Kwete, bemoaned the increasing decay in the current NDC.
But we want that blazing flame to stop the real decay. And that decay continues to be in the NDC today. So I don't want us NDC to pretend that 31st is simply a day to bash NPP. NPP is not the issue. The issue is bigger than NPP. The decay even in the heart of NDC must stop with that blazing fire. And that is what this business is about.
He said until the party is rid of the internal decay, their victory in 2024 will be meaningless.
It is in vain if we win power only to continue what we see. It is in vain we win power only to do some of the things that we are seeing done and only to claim that we have done less. That's not enough.
Chairman of the NDC, Johnson, a sitting on his part, noted Ghana under the NPP is heading towards the normalization of corruption and moral decadence if the NDC does not rise to fight the menace.
I dare say that the way corrupt activities are being normalized, if we do not introduce another decade that will stop this decay, we are heading towards a country that will make corruption compulsory. There will be a time when laws will be passed to legalize corruption.
MP for Koliklote, Zaneto Ajiman Rollins, is cautioning the party will not shield anymore who will destroy the party from within ahead of the 2024 polls.
Now is the time for us to be honest about who we are and what we stand for. We must have zero tolerance for those who are amongst us who are destroying. If we are going to say that in the name of peace, we're going to allow people who are destroying from within to remain, there will not be any peace, nor will there be any victory.
Chairman of the United Cadres Front also called on members of the party to expose and take on Bawumia in all their campaign activities ahead of the 2024 general elections.
In defense of the name M-A-H-A-M-A, Mahama, the only campaign weapon of the MPP and now the emerging butterfly, we must not only strongly extol his actions and deeds, but at the same time brutally take on Bawumia for all his lies and inactions as vice president.
The event was marked with significant activities, including the lighting of the perpetual flame and wreath laying. Kwesi Adai Kwarteng's report.
Meanwhile, NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama is promising an extra Eid holiday for Muslims if given the nod to become president. According to him, the additional holiday will resolve the challenges faced by some members of the Muslim community who are unable to fully partake in the public holiday at the end of the Ramadan period. He spoke at the 63rd Annual National Conference of the Ghana Muslim Mission in Kumasi.
It is our intention to resolve the situation where some of our Muslim brothers and sisters do not enjoy the public holiday at the end of the Ramadan fast due to the 29 or 30-day rule based on sighting of the moon. Therefore, we will add an additional holiday to the celebration of Eid al-Fitr. If inshallah we are voted into office, we will add an additional holiday to the Eid al-Fitr celebration. And we're going to do this by reconfiguring the Public Holidays Act so that Ghana maintains overall the same number of public holidays per year so that we do not affect productivity.
Professor Emerita at the University of Ghana, Professor Techua Menu, has called on politicians to capture realistic policies and programs in their manifestos. According to the former director at the Institute of African Studies, critical issues concerning the country's fiscal indiscipline, large size of the government, and inclusivity are some of the issues that must be prioritized in the manifestos of political parties. Speaking in an interview on PM Personality Profile, Professor Menu cautioned that the peace we currently enjoy in the country should not be taken for granted and must be maintained during and after the 2024 election.
I think that peace is an absolute prerequisite, and I think that we don't need to go far. We can look around West Africa and the larger African region and see what conflict has done. If you have been following the conflict in the Sudan, for instance, I think the recent Israel-Hamas war has directed attention from all other conflicts, but we do have serious situations right at home around us. So this is a prerequisite. We need to ensure that whatever happens, Ghana wins, and that elections are conducted in a civil, peaceful manner, that they do not inflame any kind of negative sentiments, regional, ethnic, religious, etc. Also that we do have campaigning based on issues, we were during the last elections, I did some work with CDD looking at the election manifestos, and many of them are about procurement, etc. We need to get beyond that. We are in the same space. We are hugely indebted. We have not transformed our economy. We are importing everything. I mean, we still talk about whether we've got 6 months of import cover or those kinds of things. Really, after so long, our ambitions should be greater than this, So we do need transformational change. We need to move away from the fiscal indiscipline, the size of government, the overweening power that we have given to our executive when it comes to appointments, you know, building real inclusivity. We were talking about gender balance, you know, both in elections and in appointments, you know, and we do need to get a move on that. So those are some of the more serious issues that I would like to see addressed to give our young people and children and grandchildren a real future in this country.
A member of IFWA Central's medical team, Dr. Grace Bachman, has revealed she nearly gave up on day 2 of her attempt to break the world record for the longest singing marathon. Speaking on Showbiz HZ, she said the team called a psychologist, and after some minutes of pep talk, IFWA rescinded her decision to quit. IFWA sang for 126 hours and is currently waiting the Guinness World Records to confirm whether she has broken the existing record, which stands at 105 hours.
The medical team, one of our difficult days was, I think, the day 2. Day 2, late morning, afternoon thereabout, where I think she just stopped everything and just left the space. She said she's not doing it again. In fact, so on day 2, I actually thought like everything was ending. She just left. She just left. It took some time. So then again, our psychotherapy was very, very important. Working on the mind, we had to do. At that time, the psychologist wasn't around. Had to call on speaker. We know what to say. We know what the team was solid, very, very solid.
Wow.
Yeah, we knew what to say. So within a short period of time, she just gets up, say, "I'm a champion. Let's go. Let's do this."
So when she says, "I'm tired," then we
find a way.
Well, IFWA's voice coach Daniel Freeman says the scariest moment for the team was when she lost her voice.
When she lost her voice, that was the scariest moment, right? Yeah. For all of us. For everybody. Everybody. She was scared. We were scared. The family was scared. Just challenge. Everybody was confused at a point. But then, I was even home when I got the call from
who? Eugene.
Eugene said, your girl, they lose your voice. Where you did? So I had just gone home. I said, do magic. Come on, you for sure. I said, okay, give me 15 minutes. I quickly took this thing. I said, oh no, this kind of voice she had. No. I grabbed a container of salt. Okay. I won't give you all the trade secrets.
No, but I will ask Doctor.
Doctor will not give you all the trade secrets. Now we have something we can trade for other things. We're not going to give you all the details.
Okay,
let me give you a heads up.
Don't mention it already.
So I grabbed something, and based on experience. Okay. And I had met the doctors. I knew we had a fantastic connection right from the beginning. I knew that. So we went. So I went, sat down with her. And we started working. They had their other things. We rubbed minds together. We were asking, they brought this. I said, okay, based on what I know about this, I think, no, this will not be suitable at this time. It was just seamless. And then we started working. And then I knew I had to get her vocal cords to move in a certain way to make it come back. So we got it to move in a certain way, and it came back together. That's all.
Deputy Head of Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Tourism Authority, Kofi Atakakra Kusi, who was also on the show, said IFWA Santua was selected as one of Ghana's tourism ambassadors, so she will continue to project Ghana like she did with her marathon.
Then you appointed her tourism ambassador.
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Good. Yesterday during the after party, our chief executive, through Mr. Kwesi Ajiman, through our deputy CEO, Mr. Ben Ananisia, he's in charge of finance and administration, had to pronounce that IFWA has been appointed as a tourism ambassador. What it means is that she aims at projecting. Already she has put the spotlight on Ghana, so it gives her enough responsibility to work with us closely to project the country more and market the country domestically and internationally, like it is. Yes, it is a matter. That is how come
it is.
So that is how come we had to appoint her as a tourism ambassador, because this is a great feat which goes to the advantage of the country. That global recognition, we can't take it for granted. I'm telling you. Yes, we can't take that for granted. And then also you look at the international fever that comes with it.
Okay.
We are leveraging, of course, it is very important to leverage on the personality. Okay, the personality of Ifua.
I like the word. You are leveraging on her personality.
You need to. It is very important. It is very, very important, right? At any point in time, what we do, per what our chief executive has always been doing, is to make sure that, of course, we make sure that anything that goes to inure to the benefit of the country, we always collaborate with it. We always partner with it, and then make sure that we leverage.
Not always, though. Not always. You slacked with the Wanderlust road trip to London. You slacked with that one, so not always. Okay, let's continue.
Well, away from that, a year ago, we told you a story of a boy who could not eat or drink through his mouth. This was because he had accidentally drank caustic soda when he was young, and that eroded or corroded his esophagus. For years, there was no hope until JoyNews came across the story. When we told you the story, many of you came to his aid, and his surgery was done. Kojo Brace traveled to his home in Ewusijo, Ahanta West, and now reports.
I supum nana pumayamam. Overclibiam trampo. Mumpo uncle. Anande mende syringe, margin. Namdampano dum de afa. Supini.
That was Vincent, who for several years could not eat through his mouth because he had suffered esophageal stricture, which came about after he had accidentally drank caustic soda as a child. After telling his story, many of you came to his aid, and today, due to that benevolence, he is hale and hearty.
I
am okay now. I'm thankful to God. By His grace, I'm okay now. I don't feel anything like it. I eat like every normal human being.
It is Vincent's story is one of a miracle. He looked frail because he could not eat for years, but that has changed after his surgery.
I can do any type of work I like. For now, I have an uncle who I can go to do some menial jobs.
His aunt, Teria, says Vincent is able to eat any kind of food now.
He has recovered and is able to eat any kind of food I give him. He's also able to undertake any activity too. He doesn't have the throat problem any longer. I give him fufu and banku, and he's able to eat it.
She's thankful to the benevolent people who donated towards the surgery.
May God bless them for me, because if they had not intervened, I could have lost my boy. May their works progress so that they can be there for others anytime they need help.
This festive season has rather been special for Vincent, as a philanthropist sent some clothing and money to him. It was all smiles when we got to the house in Ewusijo. Vincent's story tells of the good society can do when we commit ourselves to it. For JoyNews, Samuel Kojo Brace, Ewusijo, Ahanta West, Western Region.
And on that positive note, we bring the news to an end on the AM show. But don't go away. We'll be right back with a newspaper review.